Oh yes, it was bound to happen. A video about film photography. And yes, I'm going to be one of those photographers that shoots film one time and boom, it's my whole personality from now on. All jokes aside, I knew that I had to make a video about this because it has been a part of photography that it's not really present in my current work. I do try to emulate it with every photo that I take. I try to get that, those film colors, that film tones with the presets that I use. But I also had experience shooting film. I'm not super experienced, but I also shot a little bit, and I have a lot to tell about this wonderful format that a lot of people love to brag about, that they know how to shoot. Film was first introduced to me in social media. I saw a lot of posts on Instagram a while back of people trying to emulate the look with, the Instagram filters, the DAS cam apps, or those apps that try to emulate those light leaks and things like that. So I used those because everyone was using them, and I thought, why not actually shoot in the real thing? And I had a friend, and I still do have a friend that loves film photography. He's Photo Jams. I've mentioned him a couple of times in this channel, and he's the one that was, the pioneer of film in my life. He didn't force me into this disease. I kind of accepted and joined the cult of film photography. So if all my money goes away, my fiance can blame him. But I used to see a lot of photos that he would post, and I got really excited. I decided to buy a disposable Fujifilm. Those things that you buy on Walmart, CVS, Target. And I decided to give it a whirl. It was 2019, I'm pretty sure. It was 2019 when I got the camera, and I took it out. I started shooting with it, and I always thought to myself, it's really interesting that you can't see what you're taking photos of, really, like at the moment. You can't see how they turn out. You just have this little plasticky optical viewfinder, and you just pray that, it's gonna turn out good. And some of these photos actually turned out pretty good. The light leak on this one is really cool. I look a little fruity, but that's okay. I mean, I guess that was the whole point, I think. These photos just felt really timeless. They're really cool, beautiful, grainy, but I mean, that's what film photography is all about, right? The grain. You don't want it to look great. You want it to look like a little freaking messed up, That's why we take digital cameras and we add a shoot ton of grain just to make it look crappy. The developing of the film was not hard for me. I didn't ask any lab or anything. I asked Eduardo to do it because he was on the phase of trying to do it by himself. He gave up right now, just to let you guys know. He does not develop his own film because he knows how horrible and tedious the process can be. Especially he lived at his grandmother's house at the moment, so she was definitely not happy about that. The smell, I mean, not the fact that it looks like you murdered someone when you mess with the chemicals. Then later on, I saw the Instax gaining popularity, and I had to get one for myself. I know it was pretty girly at the time, but I was like, whatever. I don't care about being girly. I just want to do photography things. And I got one. It was probably $80, as I remember, and I took one of my favorite photos of me in the mountain with it. I just like how it turned out. It's all popped out and blurred, but doesn't matter. I used it for my LinkedIn profile for a long time, and I still did not get any matches. But what's cool about this type of film photography is that everyone can do it. Everyone can, get one of these cameras, go out and shoot them, and actually have a physical copy of them. They don't have to ask the lab to develop the film and then make some prints or anything like that. They can just have the prints by themselves right on the spot and scan them on copiers. For example, I actually scanned these on my printer that has a scanner bed. Not the best scanner bed, but I at least have the scanned photos, and they're usable for posting on social media and for archiving, so it's pretty good. The quality is not the best. It is very blurry. That's probably because the lens is plastic, but they're still pretty cool to have around for, those disposable looking photos like Polaroids. But Instax is way cheaper than a Polaroid, like way more affordable than a Polaroid. So after the Fujifilm Instax camera, I decided to get into the worst, most addicting part of film photography, which is the point and shoot cameras. So I bought this little camera. It's an Olympus Stylus Zoom 140. That means that the lens on this thing extends really far out. I can't really show it right now because there's no film on it, but it looks really, really big. The Olympus was my first official film camera that I loaded some Kodak 200 gold in, 35mm of course, because that's what it takes. And the photos that I got from it, they were really, really cool. Definitely on the warm side. You know, gold 200 is a really warm stock of film. They weren't the sharpest pictures, but they turn out really, really cool. It's such an easy camera to use. It's point and shoot. You point and shoot. You put your desired length of the lens. If you want to zoom in or zoomed out, you put the flash or no flash, or even the inscription at the bottom with the date, which I thought was one of the coolest features of this little camera, that you can actually do it like, you know, those old photos that you see from your parents. You can add that inscription. Is that what it's called, an inscription? You can add a little date at the bottom of the photo so you can have that as a record. But overall, the flash too is pretty neat. I mean, sometimes it would blow the crap out of the highlights, as you can see in this photo right here. I mean, the second one actually worked out really, really good, but the first one is absolutely blown out. And that's because it's an automatic camera. It has a meter that determines if it's low exposure, high exposure, and you can't really change it. So it's not a manual camera, it's a very automatic camera. The zoomed in shots also look cool. They're not the sharpest, because I'm pretty sure this camera, when it's all the way zoomed in, it is not really sharp. And I believe it's just because it's handheld. I do not have a tripod or anything. But again, beautiful photos. When I got these from this Olympus, I was completely shocked to see how great they turned out, because it was my first time using a film camera that I loaded the film myself and unloaded it. And it's cool because once you're done with this thing, it unwinds it by yourself. Whoa, it unwinds by itself, so it's automatic. Once you hit that last shot, which I took in the bathroom, and then I filmed it kind of rewinding itself. And I mean, okay, I think it's empty. Moment of truth. Yep. All inside. Oh, that's fire. Some of the shots you'll see that it has a little scratch on them. I researched it and it seems like apparently the thing that advanced my film or protects the light from coming in has a little grain of sand or dirt or whatever, dust, and every time it winds the film, it's creating that little line. Or it could be a scan problem. These ones I actually asked the lab. I'm pretty sure I sent it to a dark room. I got them developed. Once I got them, I noticed there was a line. I didn't ask too much about it. I just was like, it's film photography, how good can it look? Whoa, chill out. Okay, don't yell at me in the comments. It's film photography. It's supposed to be grainy and crappy. Chill the hell out. But overall, a great camera, especially a beginner camera for me. So it's what got me into wanting another camera, because you know how it is. We photographers are not happy people. We're always, okay, it's a little hot take, but I think people get into photography to fill a void in their hearts that they'll never fulfill. Now this is getting dark. Wait, let me switch it up. So after using the Olympus, I decided to go a step further. I said, you know what? Let me be a real man now and get a real man camera that is fully manual, that is fully metal, that does not have any electronic parts on it, that I have to set the exposure by myself. So that's when I finally got my Pentax K1000. Dang, it feels like a brick. It is heavy, it is durable, it could withstand a lot of things, because man, if you ever held one of these, you'll know that. Dang, it feels great to have it in your hand. Whoa. This camera is the one that I actually brought to Nevada and California. It's the one that I have the most footage of me using it, and I took all the photos there with it shooting Portra 400. And yes, it was like a freaking knife on my stomach once I got the pricing and I paid for it at the camera store in Las Vegas. It was so expensive. Like, dude, What kind of stupid hobby is this that you just like? But I had to buy it. I shot previously in New York with this camera too, alongside the Olympus, and I got some crazy shots. I got this one of the girls being painted by this elderly man artist, you know, sketching them in the canvas, which was pretty cool. Also got the shot of everyone on the edge of this building in New York, which I'm really proud of. Overall, great images with the 50 millimeters that I'm rocking in this lens. That is 1.8, I'm pretty sure, is it? It's actually 2. Huh. So it's good for low light. It's good for that shallow depth of field. So it's a great lens. It's the one that came with it. So I didn't really change it. I just shot with it. But bringing this to California and Nevada was the best decision I ever made, especially loading with Portra 400. Even though expensive, it came out way cleaner than the Kodak Gold 200 that I had used previously. The tones were better. It's still a little on the warm side. I'm pretty sure that's what the film stock looks like. I remember being so excited because it was my first ever desert that I could actually remember, because my first one was in the Canary Islands when I was very little, so I don't remember anything from it. But once I got there, I was so excited to shoot photos and film and capture the desert landscapes, and I actually got a couple bangers with this one. Portra 400 was the right decision for these photos. I mean, I keep looking back at them and there's fine grain in some of them. Some of them can a little more grainy than others, but they're beautiful. They're stunning. They're not too yellow. They captured the desert, what I saw, perfectly with that film look and that film vibe. This one's actually one of my favorites. This is Badwater Basin. I capture a couple people walking into the salt flat, and I got this bridge. It has the water down there that you could definitely not drink from it because it's toxic or something. I just remember having a big sign not saying for me to drink it. Badwater Basin. Now why they called that, I don't know. Some bad water, I guess. This one too is really cool. It's, you know, like camera inception, using a camera to capture different camera. But I don't know, man. I was just so excited to just be there and capture everything in film. This is so beyond Mount Washington. This is so beyond the Pemi Loop. I mean, I'm in California. On the second day of this trip, I went to Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada, and I also brought my Pentax, and man, it was such a weird experience to be in a place that looks like Mars. To be able to capture that was also a big privilege, and the photos actually turned out really good, as I'm seeing here, and I get reminded of how cool. They have a weird color to them. I don't know if it was a scanning issue. It is that red, I promise. The place looks that red. I don't know, some of these photos are, the balance, the white balance, I would say, seemed a little off. There's nothing I could do because I didn't scan them myself. So I had to send it to a lab, and it was pretty expensive. Oh boy, I remember saying this, man, this is not something that I want to be doing all the time. But overall, film photography is a lot of fun. It's definitely something that has a big learning curve, especially if you want to do it professionally. I don't do it professionally, I only do it as a hobby. But for professional photographers out there, they have to learn how to know which film stock to use, if it's a cloudy day, if it's a sunny day, what kind of filters to add on top of the camera. So film photography is not the easiest thing, but it's not impossible. I thought it was impossible when I first started, but as I am shooting, I'm more confident in buying whatever film stock I want and slapping the camera and kind of doing my research before, you know, bringing it somewhere else, and then knowing how to actually use it. So again, if you're excited to start film photography, man, do it. Get that disposable camera, learn how to shoot with it, or the feeling of waiting 2 weeks for your film to be developed or something, and then getting it back, seeing the images and looking that they look completely different than what you expected them to be, but actually better. So man, it's definitely something worth checking out if you're a photographer, if you just like things that make you take your time capturing the moment, having limited shots. Again, some films are 26 shots only or 36 shots only. 27, 36. So film photography is one of the GOATs for people that are bored and want something new to get into, or they just have stupid money to burn, because it's expensive, man. Wow, it's expensive. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Falou, galera. Fique com Deus.